Have you ever heard someone play Google Maps for fun? Well, that's GeoGuessr. GeoGuessr is a geographical browser game in which players guess locations from Google Street View imagery. Launched in May 2013, the game now features multiple modes for both single and multiplayer competitions. Now, whether you've discovered the game through GeoRainbolt or from your friend who heard it from a friend of a friend, I'm here to help you out and make you start off the right way. There are multiple ways to get started on GeoGuessr. The first one is competitive. Of course, on a weekly basis, you will have the chance to compete against others directly at the same time live online during the same games of GeoGuessr Battle Royale countries, GeoGuessr Battle Royale distance, or even duels. Your points will add up and contribute to the overall season and your overall season ranking. Let's have a look at GeoGuessr Battle Royale countries. This is very easy. You will be dropped in a country, a specific point on Google Street View, and you will need to choose which country you are part of. Now, we need to be aware that some countries are not included due to their insufficient official Google coverage in the country. The mode is very easy for beginners to get to understand how to recognize specific country, and for this I really invite you to go onto YouTube and discover the plethora of videos of tips and tricks on how to recognize specific countries, including some of the videos on my channel, of course. Which is a perfect segue to invite you to subscribe to this channel if you are new here. This will be greatly appreciated. Leave a like and leave a comment on where you have discovered GeoGuessr, and let's move on to GeoGuessr Battle Royale distance. Battle Royale distance is very easy. There is only one standing at the end, just like the Battle Royale countries, but we are working here with the distance. And as a result, it is a little bit more, I would say, tricky, but interesting, because you will have the chance here to adapt your guess with 3 choices per round, and therefore get better and better, and hopefully get higher in the ranks. This mode is a little bit less easy. It's not too complicated, but it's a little bit less easy than GeoGuessr Battle Royale countries, because you will need to know approximately where you are in a region, in a country, in a continent at least, so that you can make the best guess possible, and there are some very good players out there. Last but not least, in the competitive sections we have duels. Duels are very easy. You are playing 1 versus 1, and you will need, just like Battle Royale, distance to guess the closest distance possible against your opponent. However, in duels you only have 1 guess. Once your opponent, or once the first person makes their guess, you will have 15 seconds to complete your round. In general, you will get 6,000 points that you will need to make your opponent lose by scoring points, and you will have 1 or multiple healing rounds depending on the progress that you make throughout the game. As I was saying earlier, those competitive modes add up their points on a weekly basis to the weekend, where you will be able to play in a competitive mode against others, and those competitive points during the weekend will add up for your ranking during the season. Now, while it is possible to play GeoGuessr competitively, it is also very much possible to play by yourself. And I really invite you to play by yourself. Whether you want to play by yourself alone and that's it, or whether you want to create a map and share with others, it is your time to shine by yourself. Take your time, no competition or anything, and you can just have fun with a plethora of maps. Those are maps that have been created by GeoGuessr themselves or by the community in general, and for this I really invite you to discover CityGuessr, GeoDetective, a community map, or other specific country maps that are created by Mapper or the community, for example, that are really great to practice your skills on a specific country, for example, or a specific topic. In these modes, the sky is the limit. You can play with a time limit without moving, panning, zooming, everything allowed, everything open. You can add scripts on top of it to have more fun in your games as well. This is really open to your creativity and for you here to practice even more and discover the world through the lens of GeoGuessr. I am interrupting this video to just let you know that I forgot to mention the number of points that you can get in a classic mode of GeoGuessr. It is ranging between 0 to 5,000 depending on the proximity of your guess to the actual location of your original plonk let's go back to the video. And of course, when it comes to streaming, when it comes to playing with your colleagues, with your friends, you can also create parties. Now, to create parties, you will need at least one person to have a pro GeoGuessr account, which is rather not expensive at the moment for the value that you're getting out of it. You will need at least one person to get a pro GeoGuessr license for that. When you create a party, you have the chance to play all the games that I talked about earlier, including live challenges that are very similar to playing classic mode, but with other people at the same time in real life. It's really fun. I really invite you to discover that. There is also an additional mode called Bullseye, which is very, very fun, especially when you're playing with 2, 3, 4 people, where you will need to define the location of your spawn point, but throughout areas. And if the area that you're trying to guess is green, then you are in this area, but if it is red, you are not in this area. And as a result, with some kind of triangulation, you will be able to decrease the size of that area and make sure that you guess as much as possible and as closer as possible until you hit the bullseye, which is approximately, if I'm not mistaken, 500 meters. Now, GeoGuessr is not only about Google Maps and Google Street View. There is also the possibility to play some quizzes. And this is actually quite new. This was released a few months ago, where you now have the possibility to play a lot of different quizzes, okay? Fixed quizzes. So once you have played it once, you can play it again and improve your score, but it is rather limited. But you also have the possibility to create your own quizzes and run those quizzes with your community, with your friends, with your colleagues. And this is quite fun. Eventually, what would be GeoGuessr without your possibility to create maps? Of course, if you have a specific interest, if you have a passion, something that you would like to share through the lens of GeoGuessr, through the lens of Google, in Street View, you have the possibility to go directly into the map maker and create a map that will be released to the GeoGuessr community and played above and beyond. Overall, today, GeoGuessr is a game played by millions across the world, and it's really diverse and interesting to see the community grow, especially on Twitch, where I also play, twitch.tv/netexplorers. Of course, it is of course very interesting to see the different passions and knowledge of people working together on specific modes such as ChatGuessr and GeoChatter, for example, where the integration of GeoGuessr is very seamless with the streamer and the community. So it is always very interesting to play these games all together, especially on fun maps with a specific concept, and we're having a lot of fun. So join us on Twitch as well. But overall, I would say if you have not played GeoGuessr yet, this is your moment to do so. You have in the description below a link that will lead you to the website. This is not affiliated nor sponsored. You will be able to discover the daily challenge that you can play for free every day. The daily challenge is composed of 5 rounds of 3 minutes maximum per round, where you will need to get from 0 to 5,000 points. Of course, 0 to 5,000 points, which is the maximum point that you can get in GeoGuessr. You will then be able to compare your score with other people and see where you stand on a daily basis, and as a result, practice your skills as well. Thank you very much for watching this video. It was a pleasure to share about one of my favorite games as an explorer myself. I really hope that you liked it and discovered more. I hope as well that I did not forget anything. Please let me know in the comments if I did. I will try my best to correct anything that I may have missed. Leave a like if you liked this video, or a dislike if you disliked it, of course. Subscribe to the channel, it is free, and I really invite you to do so. And join us on Twitch, twitch.tv/netexplorers, for more GeoGuessr games, IRL content, and overall exploration. Thank you very much. See you soon. Bye bye.